So we might as well start off with David's monstrous pull request that he's done for us.
Which actually has a failing test.
So we have to go fix it first.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes. Yes. This was refactoring the test to use our new test harness. Oh, that first file is one I've added by mistake, actually. So we need to sort that out as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for David's benefit, we created like a kind of harness around our game object. So when we did like actions on the game, so the game's all based on like ticks and time. So every time we wanted to eat a coin or eat a ghost or anything else like that, we just did ticks. But we decided to wrap that up in a test harness to say, go do the tick and ensure that the coin's been eaten each time. So when we built up scenarios of like, go eat a power pill, go die, go eat power pill, go eat a ghost, then die from a ghost killing you, we'd know that all them steps were taken and all accurate. We did make a few tests fail because we had false assumptions as well.
That's good.
But it's one of them things like we didn't really notice how complex it was getting until like we'd already wrote lots of tests.
Yeah, we've been finding with PacMan that quite a lot of the time, like, you know, it's going to be like 20 minutes to write the test and then like 30 seconds to actually write the code. But
I have a lot of PRs where it's that much code.
Yeah.
and like an entire new testing strategy just to test that much code.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you a terminal as well.
I mean, so I'm not familiar with the application architecture that you've been using. I'm kind of familiar with PacMan and the concept of like ticks and frames and stuff. So I'm just going to kind of go along for the ride. Don't bother explaining stuff for me unless it's good for the video as well.
Okay,
that's cool. Yeah, so let's just run the tests. So you got.
Basically, we've got two projects. We've got a UI project and a game engine project. And yeah, so the idea is we can have different front ends to the game. So we've got a Windows one and a web one. Oh, what have we done there? You changed .NET versions, I think.
Oh. Let me just run it in a different console in there. Because that's weird. Not changed anything. Oh, that's weird. Why is it? Is that? Oh, is that using? Oh, that's using Windows PowerShell. This is using PowerShell core.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it doesn't work with Windows PowerShell. I don't know. It's odd. So what was this failing for?
Yes, because the last thing we did was when we ate a ghost, we changed it into its running home state.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should look at that test because I'm not sure why that's failing now.
So this is the one. So after game over and starting a new game, all state restored.
Yeah.
So we expect it to be alive. What was running home?
Maybe it's actually a bug then.
Yeah, that seems like a bug because we expect it. If all these are gone through properly,
yeah,
I assume that all the ghosts should be back at their correct locations and back alive.
Is it we're not resetting the state of the ghost when we reset the game? So that will be in actions, isn't it?
What's the?
So we've got that reset board method in actions. What we do though?
So
make ghost not edible.
make not edible, which sets them all to be alive. Is that actually getting, so that is making sure that we do enter the attract mode. Attract mode. Then we click
That
start.
error message is an assertion failing error, isn't it? We are looking at the right.
Oh, no, it's an exception.
Ah, that's why. Right.
Expected ghost to be alive, but was ringing home.
One
Oh,
second,
right.
three.
Okay. Once.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, the one before that.
It was 332.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So we're eating a ghost.
Ah, yeah, this is it. We've eaten the ghost, so it's changed to its. Then we pause. Then it switches to its running home state, and then we're then thinking we're going to get eaten by it, but of course we can't get eaten by it because it's hasn't come back out of its house yet because we haven't written that bit of code.
Yeah. So that's probably valid to be still failing.
Yeah.
I guess we need to. Well, this testing can't complete fully until the rest of the functionality is written. Can it? Because that's never going to work at the moment.
Yeah. I'm just wondering why we need to test that in here. Oh, because we need to get killed.
So we need to get killed. I don't know why we're getting eaten. After game over and starting a new game, all states restored. I don't get why we have to eat we have to eat a ghost. I don't know why we have to eat a ghost.
No, we have to eat a power pill to get that taken off the board because we need to assert that gets restored. The only way you can then die after eating, well, we could complete the game rather than getting killed by the ghost, I suppose.
No, you don't want to complete the game. You want to get died. Well, you could eat the ghost. Yeah. You could still eat the. So what you could do is eat the ghost. Well, you could eat the power pill, and then elapse given time for you to not have edible ghosts anymore.
Okay. Yes.
And then you could get eaten by the ghost.
Yeah.
So, do we have anything on here to do that? Do we have a wait for time?
I don't know if we've got one for.
Wait 4 seconds. Is that how long the ghost stay?
It's on the game settings, isn't it? I think. Fighting time in seconds is 7.
Oh, so how do we normally do that?
Anyway, we probably want wait for fighting time to complete.
Yeah, so shall we write that?
Yeah.
Then that means we don't have to. So how do we do the ticks? I can't remember.
Yeah, we increment now, and then if you, I've got, you can take the code from 1, 2 above that.
There's one there.
Yeah, but you can take the settings from game settings.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we increment that by frighten time in seconds.
Yeah.
Is it +1?
Yeah, I don't know. The last test was +1, so I added the +1 in, but
I don't think it makes any difference, like over the amount of time.
it's pretty great then anyway.
And then we tick, and then do we want to check that when no, the ghosts are frightened?
Wow, that's not really the point of this method, is it? It's
It's proving that they all go back to normal.
We've got tests for that though.
Okay,
This has been more about we've been calling the method when we expect to call it.
Okay. So that might work then. So if we eat a thing, eat that, wait for it to frighten time to actually disappear, and then get eaten by the ghost. And the killer ghost should be in the right position already.
Possibly, we'll find out.
I think.
We didn't get killed. So it starts 3 to the left. We walk. We walk left.
That was another assertion kind of failure rather than a.
Get shift is not alive.
So we didn't get.
Oh yeah. So it's actually going. So we're pressing start, and they're already dying.
Is it getting by 331?
Yeah, I think it's earlier. I think it's in the get eaten by ghost.
Oh no, it is an exception. Yeah. So
yeah, it's 331. Yeah, we're not in the same place as the ghost.
Yeah. So so the ghost is left from PacMan.
Yep.
So if he's going left, is that a coin and gone left? Is that a pill and gone left?
Oh yeah.
And then he's waiting for the time to complete, and that'll go left again. And then he gets eaten by the ghost. So maybe he needs to be one step.
Why would waiting for time go one further step left?
Because when we tick, we move. So we have a mixture of like time and ticks.
Yeah.
So every tick we do a move, but we also pass in time so then we can work out when things should transition.
What we could do, if we can do ensure. I know we expect that PacMan is at.
I think it's because when we do this one, we're just at the ghost here.
Yeah.
So we've moved on to him. So I think we just need to.
So I think we just need to left on.
I think he just needs an extra left.
Yeah.
So then he walks over like an empty square, and then he gets killed by the ghost.
Yeah.
And then need some kind of visualizer now.
Oh, we can use my debugger.
No. So
I'll put that circle back. Yeah. So it goes one left on left. The ghost is on a standstill strategy, isn't it?
Yes, the one where you get kills us, that's on a standstill. Oh, but it will move in. Yeah, that's a good point. It'll move because when they're frightened, they move.
Yeah.
Which we can get around. We can stop that happening by setting. What was it called? Direction picker. Direction picker. Oh, do we always have to have a direction? Is that what we said?
I think so.
Oh yeah, we do have to always have a direction.
We'll set it right then, I guess.
But that I think it's defaulted to right anyway.
Okay.
I think that's the reason why, because it's moving right and it's getting eaten. So I think it probably needs to move left.
Ah, okay.
How did this work? I can't remember. return, so you have an input of the other directions. What are possible?
Our default direction.
Yeah, but we had this return one, didn't we? So return has a return one, which has all the directions which are possible. Oh, which is all of them. Is that right?
Yeah, you can say, given a choice between left and right, turn right, and things like that. But we can just set the default though in this case. I think.
Yeah. I forgot we can just override that. But then it might walk away from him.
Yeah, in which case we might need to do some more steps. But
yeah, but then I think but then I think we can take the extra left off because he runs slower.
So if he's stationary when he's not frightened and moving left when he is frightened, does that not mean he's moving away from PacMan?
Yes, but he moves every 2 ticks.
So then we can do.
And frightened.
Yeah, we expect that ghost. So this will tell us where he is. I'll start off with that. Okay. Probably have to comment one out, but
yeah.
So the ghost is at 7.9. So it's gone 1 to the left of that.
And run that.
And we are at that.
And we're at that.
Yeah. Okay, so we just need to do another step to the left then.
Yes.
So if we just do a no op, because there's nothing there.
And then there's a PacMan move in there, which expects something to move.
Oh yeah, we can move. Yes, because we are moving. Yeah.
Oh, that might break now because we've gone further past left. So that should be at 7. Should be at 7:10, but it was 6:10. Doesn't that mean?
Are we? That means we've gone past him.
How's that possible?
The error previously was in the other direction.
Yeah.
Like the other coordinate. So it was 7.9 before, wasn't it?
Yeah,
no,
so 7.9 was
6:10.
the...
So does that mean we missed it vertically rather than horizontally?
Yeah, but I don't get how it'd be... So this only goes, it should only go to the left when it's frightened. And then it should be standing still constantly anyway, when it starts off. Yeah, this is just standing still. Wait a minute, let me just put that back in. Oh yeah, the ghost will move as, no, the ghost will be standing still after it's stopped being frightened. So that's 7.8.
Why is it going up?
Yeah, I don't get that.
This is the problem we have with our tests.
I mean, if only there was some way of drawing this on, say, a screen, like a two-dimensional grid, with, you know, colors and music and shit.
Maybe we should merge my debugger pull request first.
That. I'm going to just cheat and just open Visual Studio because then I can just breakpoint things.
Yeah.
Can we not decorate this whole thing with printfs?
We could. It would be quite cool to have it sort of draws little pictures of it actually where it's moving to each time. There should be. Is there a scenario where? Oh, does it? Because it's going to back its scatter location.
It goes in opposite direction, but
yeah, but I bet it's going to.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it?
I bet it's going to a scatter location because the time has elapsed or something.
Yeah.
Because if we've got what is it? If we're going over 7 seconds, I think the
chase time's 20.
No, chase time's 7. So yeah, it'll go into scatter after that point. So I bet if we change that to be higher, maybe.
Yeah, fine.
I'm just glitching at straws. Pretty much like I do in my day job. Something higher than where it's not going to lapse over. Which one was that? Didn't do that. Visual Studio.
Nope.
Still seems to be like.
We could just walk down.
Does it start off in scatter or does it start off in chase? I can't remember.
I think when we leave frightened mode, don't we return to scatter anyway? In the state machine, won't it?
Yeah. Right, if we change both of these.
Frightened always goes back to scatter. So it doesn't matter what the time is, it's always going to go into scatter.
Oh, so they're always going to scatter somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. But they do have a scatter target though.
Yes, we just need to override its scatter target.
So if we had a scatter target of
where PacMan started, probably.
That means walking back into it, is that right?
Yeah.
Evening, guys. I guess I missed the earlier start time.
Ah.
Yeah, we've not got that far, to be fair.
Yeah, we're still trying to fix one failing test at the moment.
I've actually just sat eating the tea and gone, do you know what? I'm actually on time. I've got myself a cup of tea.
And now it's completely wrong in both directions.
Is that because he has a choice every single time, and he won't go the way what is? Wait a minute.
Maybe we'll make the scatter target to the right and above of us starting location.
Of the PacMan.
Yeah.
Isn't this because they every time they have a choice, they pick a direction which is not the direction what they're coming from?
What if we just tick again?
What we got? Test game settings.
Yeah.
Got a new set of eyes.
Tick a game here.
Yeah. What's that do?
Test.
So
game.
it's 8, 9. 9, 9. So it is going right.
Yeah. And where are we at this point?
Right, so look. After game over, start a new game. All state is restored. Is this the one?
That one's at 5:10.
So we're miles. Oh, we're still going left, aren't we?
So the ghost has moved down for some reason, and then gone under us. Why is that? Is that because we got above there? So what's?
No, that didn't make any difference, did it?
Location. My location left. Scatter target to the right of PacMan. Coming into the left of PacMan, coming out the way, left. It goes in. It goes in. Repairs. Okay. Left. Right, so.
So for some reason, in some instance, it must be when he was frightened, he's moved up. No, down. Yeah, up, sorry.
Does he have an initial direction?
Oh, is that because? Well, he has an initial direction of left, I think it is.
Okay.
And that's the default. Yeah, left. We don't override that.
I'm surprised it ever goes up or down then.
Yeah, I don't really get why it's going up and down.
Oh, yeah. When it's got a choice, it favors up, doesn't it? All things being equal.
Okay.
Because it does see all of the directions in that enum.
Is that?
And because there's no walls, it probably thinks it's at a junction.
So it just goes up all the time. Is that from this direction picker one?
No, the
that
direction
gets
picker
done.
only kicks in when it's fleeing, isn't it? When it does
When it's in frightened mode.
yeah, when it's doing a scatter, I think it's heading towards its scatter target. Yeah, so then at that point it will favour up.
Even though it needs to go right.
Yeah, if it's going left at the moment, it'll start going up. When we're right, it'll go up for one move, then it will go right for one move. Although it might go down.
Oh, right.
No, it'll go
So,
right.
so it would be better to face him right.
No, if you face him right, when you eat the power pill, that's going to turn into left naturally. But do they flip direction as they come out of frightened? They don't, do they? Do they?
No.
Yeah, I think they do.
So.
Most state changes, they flip direction.
Well, you'd find out if you did it one way. Then
Yeah, you could face him up because then you know the one way he's not going to go is up.
Yes. Yeah, because then he's going to flip to down.
Yeah.
Even though he's going left.
Yes, he's not really going left because he's going to face to down. He's going to try and go down, but the scatter, but the move's going to make him go left anyway.
But when he transitions into frightened, the direction's going to change anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, the direction is going to push it to left. So when he goes into frightened on 319, it's going to push him to left, whatever.
Oh, so it was already left. So if he's going left, it's going to go right. I think if you turn that to left, then he'd flip to right, and then when he comes out of it, it's still going right.
Apart from when he goes into frightened, 319 is still going to push him. It's going to forcibly change his direction to the left anyway.
I mean, the other thing we could do is we could skip this test, finish writing the ghost going back to the home, and then complete the test because we know where he is then.
Yeah. Where are we failing?
We can't kill ourselves with the ghost, so we eat the pill.
Yeah. So
we
on
wait
3 4, we eat the pill.
Yeah, that's okay. We then wait for the frightened time to complete.
Right. When you wait for frightened time to complete, that only does one tick, doesn't it?
It does, yep.
Yeah.
Then you move twice. Right. So when you eat the pill, the ghost is in a standstill, isn't it? So it will be at left, left, left. So we've gone left. We eat the coin, which will put us in left. We eat the pill, which will put us in left, left. When you wait for frightened time to complete, he'll move left again, won't he? PacMan will move left and eat the ghost. Unless he's wandered off. Because during that tick, PacMan's still going to move. Although the ghost moves first, does it?
Ghost moves first.
So it depends where the trigger for completing the frightened time comes in relation to the ghost moving. So if the ghost moves, then he's potentially going to move onto PacMan, and PacMan will eat him at that point. Or they'd come back in the same location, wouldn't they? And then he'd kill PacMan at the same time. Have you done an expect at 336 to see where they are?
That's a good point because we know, yeah, we could move up. See where
the two moves on 337 and 338 were added after those assertions.
Ah, okay. Yes, they were.
Are they?
Yeah. They were part of the hunt.
Okay, so the PacMan was still at left, left, left. So when you went for when you put those at 336, did it pass?
Let's look back up. Let's work out where we want. So we think, well, let's do PacMan first because that should be the easy one. So we think PacMan's going to be at left, left, left.
Yeah, definitely.
And we think the ghost at this point, he would have started at left, left, left.
But he could
But
have,
when we ate the pill, he would have come frightened.
at which point he'd have gone
The opposite direction to he's currently.
direction picker, he would have gone left. Because
Okay, so we probably want another left on there then, do we?
So 1 second.
Yeah. That's what I reckon.
We can run.
So it's when we're waiting to be frightened, it seems to move upwards.
Are you debugging it?
The ghost
Yeah.
That's probably the best way of doing it.
Yeah, so there's locations at 7, 9 when there it is.
Right.
No, that's
7 is left, left, left. 9, 8, 7, yeah.
So the ghost has gone up. So it's now.
Why didn't he use the direction picker?
We did.
we have set a direction picker to say to go left,
Hang on.
which is weird. Why is
New test direction picker. Default
so?
direction. Does it use the default? Does it just always return? Hang on. What does that do?
If there's nothing set in it, I think it retains the default.
R keys, return values.
So is it 7:10 before we wait for Frighten to complete?
Yeah, which is correct.
And then as soon as Frighten's completed,
Where have we got him now?
we are at 7:09. So he's gone up. But that should be when he's frightened, shouldn't it? So he should be frightened at that point. So he should be using.
He'll have finished right. Yeah.
But he should be using the direction picker, shouldn't he? At that point. So he should be always going.
Depends. If it comes, because you've done wait for frightened to complete, if it's come out of frightened, he could potentially be back in scatter or chase.
Could be in scatter.
He'll be back in scatter, so he will have turned. He'll have turned. So the direction picker will have forced him left on 319. So as we did the pill, no, because the eat pill, it depends whether on the next ghost it's going to.
We could surround him on 3 sides with walls.
Yeah, then he'll have to go right.
Yeah. Should we do that?
Will he?
Yeah, he absolutely has to because there's no other move.
Yeah, but we don't pass right in as an option, do we? Because we take away the way you've come.
I think it. Oh, right.
You might get
Might crash.
where you've passed no moves in.
So, which way is he facing then?
Stick a break point on ghost move, and see what he's actually doing during 335.
So
he actually says he's
so
going.
just before. So this is when he's in a frightened state. Is edible.
Hang on. No.
And his direction is going right.
Yeah, because we flipped it. But just before it happened, this is just before it happens, isn't it? Or is that?
Huh? Why did that not go anywhere?
It's not. It's.
Yeah. I've got it. Case.
Yeah, stick with break.
We could put him in a tunnel, so he can only go left and right.
That'd be quite easy to do there.
Stick a break. 3, 3. It doesn't matter what he's doing there, does it really?
So this is what he's moving on the last tick when he's, I don't know if he's edible now or not. So he's not edible on the last tick when we waited.
Is that the right ghost? Because you've got 4 ghosts in there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know which ghost this is. What's his name?
Can you
Ghost 1, no. 2, 3.
breakpoint insert, so we only get the break when it's on ghost 4.
It's 4. So
this is only at the eat coin step though, so we don't.
Yeah, we want it at the end of
is this only 8 coins?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you stick that in as a conditional breakpoint,
Oh yeah.
and then put it as then you can step through, see what he's doing at each move. 4, yeah, get eventually.
So that's on eating pill. This is waiting for frightened time.
Right.
So it's not edible anymore.
Because it's come out of edible.
Yeah.
This is during wait for frightened. So the frightened is coming out of frightened before he's even had a chance to move.
Yeah.
So the time elapsed before the move happened.
Yeah. So although we've set it on the last move, we've actually unset it before he's had a chance to even move in frightened mode. So what's his direction?
So his direction, where is this?
Somewhere up there.
It's going left.
It's going left. So yeah, he's going to go. He's in chase, so he's going to go up. He's going to try and turn around to get to PacMan.
Oh, because PacMan's not the other side of him though.
PacMan's underneath him. Actually, the PacMan should die.
So PacMan is at 8:10. And this
PacMan hasn't moved yet.
And this current ghost is at 7:10. So he's left of him.
Yeah, so he's going to go up. Because he can't go right. He's going to try and turn back on himself, which up will be the dominant move. That's why he's
he can't go right because he's going back on his spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to take the dominant move, which is up.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do, get him to kill himself.
Kill us, yeah.
Right, so after frightened time, wait for frightened time,
yeah,
we need to change our direction to up, because then we'll meet him. Hang on, do we?
Can't you just change the scatter target to be left, to the side of him, so he scatters to the left?
You might need to do that just before the wait for frightened time to complete, so that he changes up on that move.
Yeah.
Now he'll go up, and then on the next move is where I think he'll kill him. So the next move is get eaten by ghost.
So we don't need those two.
Yeah, I think the next one is get eaten by ghost at that point. Or not. Potentially.
But if we change the scatter target to be the left side of the ghost.
Hey.
I'll pass anyway.
That's it. Quickly, check it in.
And run.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to take that RESX file I've added to that PR by accident out.
What do we change that one? Wait for it to think.
Oh, we add the new method to the game harnessing.
What's it do? Yeah. What end of game test? And then we need to do that file.
Yeah.
is source UI form 1.
The state machine, I think probably if you've used it loads, it would all be second nature, but it actually introduces a level of complication because the things happen. You expect everything to happen on during the tick.
Yeah. We don't want to delete that file, Kevin. We just want to revert it.
Oh. Don't we? How do I revert it to a given time? This is a new file, though.
Is it a new file?
Oh,
it could be.
Yes, this is
Oh, sorry. In that case, yeah, just delete it then. Yeah.
I'll find it again.
It's down a bit. There it is.
Have you seen the game running, David?
Yes, I have played it in the browser. It's very cool. The sound effects are pretty authentic, right? Good work on that.
I don't think we didn't do those. Well, we found them somewhere, didn't we?
It came off the internet somewhere from Googling.
I feel like the graphics, found them.
Yeah, very cool. I'm wondering if you're missing a direction and stationary, like no movement, is actually a kind of useful thing for testing.
Yeah, so the thing is, we do have that. So when you create a ghost, the default ghost builder is actually a standing still one. So we have different.
That's its chase strategy, but then there are other modes it goes into.
Yeah.
The problem is in a scatter, because we can't force, because it's part of the object really, we can't force a different scatter onto it or a different frightened. So we've kind of worked on the basis that once they're frightened, they use the frightened strategy. That's the hard part about the frightened, is it's actually random.
I know we can control frightened. We can control.
But the scatter, we actually do.
Scatters are one where we set a target and it goes and goes to that target, but it can't go back on itself into another direction.
Right.
So because and they have rules of like when they go into frightened, they change direction. So if the ghost is going right and it goes into frightened mode, it goes left.
Yeah.
If
you had a direction which was like stationary rather than left, right, up, down, then the opposite stationary will be stationary. So it would still be stationary after doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the hard part is introducing it is a state that we don't use as part of the game if we then allow stationary as a direction. Saying that, we know where most of the time we know where everything's going. We can usually work that out. I think the hardest part is the transitional, just knowing where the state engine is going to fire the change. Like for instance on that one, the ghost has gone into frightened and come out of it before it's even made the move. You'd assume that it goes into it, would make at least one move and then come out. But the way the state machine works, it's almost instantaneous. As soon as you tell it that something's changed, all those events fire. It's kind of out of sequence in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But then that wasn't our bit, really, was it? That's a library.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait till it runs all the tests on the build as well.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
Because I think our next step was to set the target for the ghost to be the doorway to the house, isn't it, when it's dead?
Yes.
So it starts walking back.
Yeah, test price. I'm going to imagine. Yeah. I think we had a part of the test what we actually did. For
Yeah,
that,
we must have a test that puts it into going home state somewhere.
Was that
a game test?
Yeah,
Notification published.
I thought it'd be a ghost test, but maybe it's not.
does ghosts have a status, don't they?
Yeah, it's got to be a ghost test, isn't it?
It's running home, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah.
So we have tests saying they're running home.
Yeah.
So it's like the extension to this one.
Yes.
So ghost should be running home after the pause.
Yeah.
After being eaten.
So I think what we want to do is add a
door.
ghost door, don't we? Because that's where it's going to run to. Or does it run to its initial location?
Runs to the ghost door.
The ghost door.
Yeah, because the initial location, Blinky's out of the ghost house.
Does Blinky run back to the house?
You've got to run back. No, yeah, it's got to run to the ghost door. And then...
Do you have to go poke back into the actual house though?
Well,
so we run back to the door and go boop, boop, boop.
Technically, I think they have a specific place they go to in the house, which for Inky, Pinky and Clyde is fine. But for Blinky, he doesn't start in the house.
Can we just throw him in the house anyway? As long as it's in the house, it's fine.
So three of them can actually go back to their starting locations if we wanted to, but Blinky can't.
Do we need the coordinates of somewhere in the house?
Well, we did that by working out what the inside of the house was. And did we do it, or did we do it on the map?
No, we drew it on the map.
We drew it on the map, didn't we? So
we didn't need to do that.
Yeah, that's on the board, yeah.
That was an X or something in the middle, wasn't it? An H.
Yeah. H is the house.
So technically, we could go to the location, the first H underneath the door, or you could just go for a straightforward. You go for the door, and it is the square under the it's the square under the door.
In fact, once it gets to the door, the next thing it's going to do is walk into the house, isn't it? Because it's got to go downwards to get there. So.
Yeah, but if you set this as like a target, all right, and you're here, would you actually get to there eventually?
I don't know.
Or it would just get stuck somewhere.
It would go round to the door. It'd eventually definitely go round to the door. It's just whether we just have to intercept when it's in front of the door. Bit like when we're coming out of the ghost house, we target the door until we're into play area.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to.
Because what I was thinking is, can we just use that? Is it director strategy or whatever we've got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just use this, and then plumb in saying
a door.
Go to the door of the house or whatever.
Anything is, if we go to the door we'll never get there. Unless we could either go to the cell in front of the door like we do. What do we do when we come out?
Yeah, we do some magic. We say if we're still on the door, then
we just keep moving up until we're in play area, don't we? Yeah. So we're not actually saying the space in front of the door. We're saying if we're on the door or on the map, or on the ghost house, just keep going upwards until we're not.
How about this then? We add the door to the test.
Yeah.
And then so then we do it like it doesn't really matter where it is, somewhere where we're not, or the ghost isn't. And then we do a few ticks, and then we assert that he's actually got to that door.
But
and then we can put that on the, and then just run the UI and just see how close it actually gets.
he won't get to the. He'll get to the space in front of the door because he won't be able to get to the door because the door's a wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
probably the
'cause you-
first thing to do, though, isn't it? Is to get there.
So we still can't assert that we've got there because we can only got to within a space of.
Yeah, because this one, if we do use that direct to strategy, this checks that you can actually get to that location.
Yeah.
Is this one?
That's
Oh,
the
that's
man.
random.
Well, can't we have a different direct to strategy, which is
Direct to get available location.
we could copy this whole class and have it as a go home strategy, which
Oh.
doesn't check for doors.
You could do. It doesn't. Although the walls are the door.
Where's it check the walls? Is it in?
It's in the walls collection, isn't it?
Oh no, it's here. No, it's here. So
yeah,
we get all available moves for the location when we're in.
But the walls collection got the doors in it, hasn't it?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We'd have to do a copy of this class.
So you'd have to collect. You'd have to take out the doors from the wall locations.
Yeah. And then you can do game settings .walls, and you could do that.
Yeah.
I guess this is the problem with it being that we've merged the doors into the walls, because I suppose you'd have the same problem. They'd be able to walk in through the door if not.
Yeah, they'd be able to, that's it. So you need to get available moves for location technically, one with and one without.
Yeah, I think we can just copy the class. I think it's.
How many places do we call that from? That get available moves. Only the one.
This one, just one. It's only here.
Why don't we just put a boolean in it that includes the wall, the doors?
Well, I'd probably create this as a base class of it, and implement this as some abstract thing. Because the rest of it's going to be the same, isn't it? All this bit.
The thing is, once we get to the door, we're going to switch to a different strategy, to like a forced strategy to just move him into the ghost house. At which point, once we decide he's in it, we're going to start moving him back out. So the only thing that we're actually trying to overcome is the fact that we can't target the exact space of a door. As in, if we made the target door y-1 or door above, we don't have to change anything because it's going to get to that square.
I think we write the test and then write the implementation.
Yeah, I think so.
And depend on. And we can just copy the class for the time being and then see what's the same and merge it into something else.
Yeah.
I think that's probably. Which test was it? It was in here.
I'm going to sign off. Sorry, it's been enjoyable. I've quite enjoyed that. But I'll see you all around.
Yeah, see it.
See you later.
Catch you.
10:30. Was it the one at 10:34 in ghost tests? I don't know. The ghost should be running home after the pause, after being. I'm sat on it.
Yeah. It says you're on line 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's click it again. I might be sat on it now. Yeah, I am now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just copy this. Then we have the server some time. Oh, it's actually the banner file. Oh yeah, because I was looking at game test instead. Silly. So go should.
How far are we going to check? Are we going to check that they get to the door, or are we going to check that they get into the house?
I think it should be in the house.
Do the full implementation in one check.
After.
Yeah.
Now, I was thinking if we had a go home strategy, then in that could handle the fact that once we're on the door, go down a step.
How would it tell? The problem with that is, inside Ghost, the move can change the current Ghost, but the strategy can't control the Ghost. So
yeah, but it returns its direction, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but,
it could check. Oh, I'm on a door. I'm now going to go down.
Yes, but once you're in the house, are we going to write the logic saying, if I'm currently in the house?
But that's a different test, isn't it? It's coming out of the going home strategy.
I know it's
What
going
do
to
we
work.
do? Yeah.
It's going to work because once we're in the house, and it's the next round to move in, this is going to say if the location of the current ghost is in the house, then walk out of it.
Actually, that's an interesting bug there, isn't there? Yes. We might need to check its status there.
Yeah. Which would kind of work, wouldn't it, I suppose?
Yeah.
Game goes, yeah.
Anyway, let's do the bit we're doing first of all, and then we can, because I think that's the second part to it.
So you want to do gets to the ghost house or gets into the ghost house?
I think you should get into the ghost house.
Yeah.
Can we get, what's his P, PacMan? Do we need both ghosts?
No.
I don't care about the other ghosts, really.
No, we just want to eat one of the ghosts, that's it, isn't it?
And then, so he's going to get eaten here, isn't he?
PacMan's going to wander off. Put the ghost house to the right somewhere. Or put the ghost house...
PacMan's going to keep going down, so we can put the ghost house, maybe... Do we put walls here as well? So if we had a... How do we walls that?
Yeah.
If you just put an H in somewhere, that's what we're trying to work out, aren't we? That it gets to an H.
But we need the. I don't assume we should have the whole setup in it like that, so you can't randomly get to the wrong place.
Do you want an H inside it as well?
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, these are all one space, aren't they? H.
Yeah.
H.
That's better.
So it's. I guess we should do something like that. So then, if he gets eaten there, he should walk up here.
Yeah.
And then into here.
No, go in.
Yeah, it's reasonable. So we want to add.
So what do we want to target? The H or the door?
One of the H's, I think.
Technically, if you target an H and we take doors out of the wall equation, then he's going to get there, isn't he?
Target the H.
You target H. If you instead of targeting the door, if you target the H, and you take
well, that was what I meant. But like, you'd have to toggle if doors are valid or not.
Valid or not.
And you wouldn't be able to still do it. You still wouldn't get there because of this condition. So you'd have to do it if the status is chasing home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's that top left?
Well, I found it easy before one of the complicated ones, if you just do everything relative to there. So like PacMan starts top left dot right dot right.
That PacMan starts at 10 or something though.
We don't really use numbers, do we?
Yeah, but at the same, is that cell location top left is 0, 0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which PacMan's not, and everything's relative to PacMan in this scenario.
I was going to change it so if it was relative. You can do it like that if you want, I don't mind. But it's only then if you decide to move PacMan on the test to say, actually, it's easier if I start PacMan there. It just means you have to redefine all the everything.
Whichever. Yeah, I know what you mean. But everything, what I was saying is everything else is relative to PacMan, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Well, I was going to put it above that, but yeah. I was going to change the ghost so it was like top, left, dot, down, down.
oh, okay. We could just do PacMan dot.
Yeah.
PacMan
It
dot
just,
right,
it just means everything's
right,
fixed around
down.
PacMan, but yeah, do that if you want. I don't mind.
Well, that's good. So top left wall,
Okay.
which is PacMan.
We're doing right, down,
Yeah, that works quite well if you don't. Yeah.
below even. It's below it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was just going to go round, going
Yeah, that makes sense.
below, 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 right. Yeah. And then you can take off below.
Below.
Right,
Below,
right, right.
Below.
Right.
I've got too many.
Low.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you need this extra right.
Oh, I've gone too many. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that one
But then you just need to get rid of.
one right.
Oh, we got another right.
No, you need one right out of 1102 and a right out of 1103 as well.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's the thingy.
The walls.
Yeah. Do we have to add? We need to add the door as well to both collections, don't we?
No, just do door.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's just dot right.
Oh, does it union them elsewhere?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, that's okay then.
And then below both of those, we have the house.
Yeah. Funky way shortcut.
This is almost a situation where we ought to have pulled it in using a little ASCII representation, so that we don't fix it by, like what I was just saying about the doors and the walls. They end up in the same one. It's very, very easy to put them in by accident. Either put them in, if you see what I mean, whereas the loader won't. So we made a different test by doing it.
So we need a coin. That's a long way away as well, don't we?
They can stay where they were, haven't we? We've got the coins.
Don't we got any coins, do we?
Why do we need coin?
They were.
Because we don't want to finish the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
How come you didn't finish the game before?
Because they were.
That's a good question.
Yeah, 1034 should technically fail, shouldn't it?
Wait a minute. So why in this one finish the game?
Power pill, eat pill, then eat the ghost. How can we eat the pill, then eat the ghost? We haven't taken any code out by accident, have we? Just by the, oh no, because there's no markers on it to show that we have.
Oh, maybe it does.
Because eat pill on 1059 should trigger a finished game.
There's probably nothing. So we can't move. Yeah, but you'd think 1064 wouldn't work.
No, it shouldn't work, should it? Because eat pill should have triggered it.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
What's eat pill do?
Yeah, because I was going to say copy the bits and pieces for the pills and that lot out of that test, but it's not there.
Oh, poor. Is level completed? So we should be in changing level.
I was going to debug this one as well.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it? That shouldn't. How long are we waiting for afterwards? Wait for pause to complete. Have we got any flag to tell it? Oh no, that can't even be that. I was going to say, have we got any flag to say it's coming out of running home or anything, but it can't be.
No, we must enter changing level, and then for some reason we can still tick and eat a ghost. We can't.
What's the actual game state?
The game state is still alive.
Yeah, we got.
But the game actual status is frightened.
Now, what's the pill count? You must have how many bottled power pills?
We have a power pill on 50-50. Must have a power pill far away.
Put it in by in the game harness.
Ah, to stop this happening.
Is game harness? So game harness has got one in by default.
Yeah. No.
Oh no! I bet it's ghost tests that's got. Yeah, ghost tests have got a power pill in by default to stop it, like.
To stop this happening. Yeah.
To stop it happening.
Oh, right. Okay, that's good. That's a bit dangerous, I guess, doing that then, because it's hard to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's proved.
So that's fine then.
Yeah, we should be good then.
Yeah.
So that's working as expected.
So we
And
need
we
to
haven't got an
tick.
insertion.
Yeah, we need to tick a
Anything
few
like
times.
use.
How many times do we need to tick?
Well, that's a challenge, isn't it?
Right. What have we got? Eat pill. Do you want to write tick X times rather than a move? Have we got a tick?
Well, do we know where it's going to go? Because can we not
Yes, it's going to go.
move assert to actually make sure?
We've gone PacMan right below. Okay, so it's going to go one tick.
I'm going to say one tick's going to go right. It's going to go up.
Right,
Up,
it's going to
right.
do the pause first, isn't it? And it's going to wait there. And then it should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ticks.
Are we going to put expects in for each one so we know? So we do like move, expect, move, expect.
I think we could probably do a move, just do a move, 6 ticks, then put an expect, and then move the final tick.
Okay. Yes, that's our 6. So then we expect he's at.
He's on the. He should be on the door at that point, shouldn't he?
So the door is that one. No, it's not. It's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
One more.
One more tick. So that's when it comes down, and then that now becomes an assertion that he's actually in the house.
Yeah. So that should be His location should now be
down below.
Yeah, below, but his status should be. He should be alive, shouldn't he? Is he alive? What's his?
Yeah.
Alive.
Would
yeah.
he be back to alive again once he reaches
Yes.
his house? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
he
have
should
it.
be. He's finished running home, hasn't he?
Right. So we expect we're going to die at that point at the moment, don't we?
Well, what's this supposed to mean? Ghost status not running home.
Oh, what have I done there?
Is that supposed to be?
Whatever it was before. Wherever the door.
Isn't it just doors? Dot
It should be
first?
top
Oh,
left
no, okay.
wall dot right dot below. Should be. I
Can
managed
we
to
just
somehow.
have ghost house?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
goes
We could do
first?
this. We could say.
It should be in ghost house, shouldn't it? At least one of the ghost house locations.
Yeah. Second.
Oh, you're adding a method. Ah, okay. Or is it? Is that?
Why? Okay. Devil's advocate. Why that ghost house and not the second one?
I just thought it would get there first, but
Yeah, but if we're targeting it, why are we targeting that one and not the second one?
I don't think it should make any difference. I think it's just pick any.
Just as in, so when the ghost starts going to the ghost house, should he go for the first ghost house location in the list? As in, so he'll come round, he'll go through the door and then try go up to the top corner.
Well,
Should we give him a specific place that he should go to? Or should we take all the ghost house locations and take an average?
I guess technically it should probably go in the middle of it, shouldn't it? So where's ghost house? Right, no, wait a minute. What's the thing called? Board. So in this scenario, you'd expect it to go somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is here.
So should we have a ghost house target based on?
I think this test shouldn't care.
yeah.
I think it should just be in one or the other.
It should be one or the other, yeah.
The globalization should be. Is it like before? And should.
Or we change the rule and say he just heads to the middle of the board, which coincidentally is the middle of the ghost house.
Well, you could take all the locations of the ghost house and just take an average, because we've already decided it's got to be square because the UI can't do not square anyway. So, and
what happens if we could have two ghost houses and with
that's
two different ghosts in?
the average is in the middle of them, in the player.
Yeah. I think the test should be like it can be in one or the other.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to establish. It's gone to the ghost house, but somewhere on the implementation, we've got to think how we're choosing this location.
Yeah.
How can we write? How do you write that? How do you write the location should be into like be one of or something, be equivalent to?
There's not a be silent. It's not
A bit like a be any of, you mean?
Yeah.
be of type be.
I know there's like sets, so if you you can say this is a set of something else. Maybe that's how you should do it.
What's the X? Yeah. So you need to compare skills.
Any? I don't know. Let's just leave it for that place at the moment. That would do fine. And then we should go implement it.
Yep, I think so.
Let's run it, see if it
What did fail?
fails.
So we expect it's going to fail on 1135.
Yeah, that's right. Because he didn't run home. Status to be alive.
How did it get that far? Was that just complete luck it's got to there?
13. We found 1310.
That would imply he didn't get eaten.
He must get eaten because he's running home. Oh, he probably still moves, doesn't he? If he's running home.
I'm just surprised it's got past the. We expect that the ghost on line 1135 bit.
What 1135? The ghost is at.
Because it's gone to the wall.
Oh yeah.
Gone up.
Where did he end up? Where did it say he ended up in the results?
Oh yeah, he probably didn't he though? Oh no, wait a minute. At the moment, no, wait a minute. At the moment, he'll go back home after being eaten straight away, right? So he'll wait there for a second or two, and then he'll teleport back to his home location. I think that's what we tell us to do. And then he'll walk right, change direction, up.
What's his scatter strategy?
Go right.
That's chase strategy.
It's also right.
It's also
Scatter,
right.
Oh no, scatter strategy.
You mean scatter target?
Would be to go to scatter target.
Oh no, that'll be top left somewhere. I think that's fine. I think it doesn't make any difference what he's doing, I suppose.
Well, it's a bit unfortunate the test passes before in the implementation.
Well, it doesn't pass because they're still not at the right location, do we? 1310.
Yeah, that's the end, isn't it? That we expect him. Yeah, but it doesn't.
No, because I guess he's going straight here back home.
Yeah.
And then he's going up, isn't he? Is it up?
Hang on, where did we start him?
Yeah. So he's going straight back home to his home location, and he's just going up to his target home location or target scatter location. Yeah, because they go back into scatter straight away, don't they? So he's teleporting straight to home, and he's going up.
Where did we find him?
Oh no, I see the problem. No, look, 1135 is wrong. It's not. He shouldn't be at top wall dot right. He should be at Yeah, he should. Yeah. Top wall. That's the ghost door.
Yeah.
Top left wall dot right. That's
Well, he's not there.
1312, but he's at 1310. So he's on the same line that he was playing on at the start, but he's going right. So he gets eaten. He jumps back. So okay, 1, 2. Gets eaten. He jumps back to. How's he getting onto line 10? Oh, maybe he's just hitting that wall and going up. Go on, get it in the debugger and let's have a look after each move.
It's just top left wall dot right is the door. I don't understand how he can be on the door.
It's nigh on impossible for him to get onto the door because he can't walk through the door. and
Yeah.
the door is on line 11, and we don't expect him to be on 10 or 12, really.
There must that we expect that ghost thing can't be working then, can it? There's not much to go wrong there, though.
Why don't we debug it and just have a look?
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
I know. Because we send him home, which is it? Oh no, the ghost house isn't his home though, is it?
No, his home location's where he starts, and that's G.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we send him here.
Yeah, so I mean, so he hasn't even got time to get to that location by the time this happens.
There must be a typo in the test somewhere.
Can you pin game.ghost whatever in the watch?
Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, we don't have it yet.
Okay, isn't it?
Come on.
You haven't got it. You haven't run that line, have you?
Yeah, it's ready to run. Come on. There we go. That's been ultra slow. There you go.
Okay.
So
8:12, right? So we can see everything. We can see. Can we see his strategy? Not his strategy. His status. Yeah, we see his status. We see his location. Go on then.
So it's going right. Current strategy is going right. So we start the game, change direction, eat a pill.
Right.
It's now edible.
Yeah. We expect he's going to start right, which he is.
Yeah. He's going to get eaten.
So he goes back to 8:12. That makes sense. He's not edible.
So he's gone back to his home location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not edible. That's right.
Yeah. And then we pause for a bit to change him from score into running home.
Yep.
This is pretty slow to update, isn't it? That guy is actually correct on the internet. You know, he's moaning about things. And then we move, which is going to go 9:12.
10:12.
So it's going right.
Yeah.
It's going right again.
11:12.
Yeah, so it's going right again.
12:12 is a wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
And he's
12. Yeah.
and then 30.
12.
Does he just walk through a wall?
Yeah, he will do because he's on a forced strategy, isn't he? And then
Well,
after
that's the problem then, isn't it?
if you step over that one, what happens? Oh, you know what happens, don't you? He is at the right location.
Yeah, because he just walked straight through the wall.
Well, no, what he's done is he's walked across the wall into the ghost house. He's seen it's on a ghost square, so it's moved him up.
Yeah, that's true.
So your assertion is working absolutely correct.
That's fine then. Yeah. Okay. So when we implement it, yeah. Okay. Then so the test is actually correct, isn't it? Then.
Yeah, this is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit weird. Yeah. Okay.
Well, as far as we know, correct. We may have got the number of ticks one out.
Yeah.
That watch window is pretty slow at updating though.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize how I don't usually use a watch window much, but that is pretty slow. You press the button, it's like.
Oh, the debugging steps is like so slow at the moment. I don't know what. I think there's stuff you can turn off which helps it. But there's something to, I can't remember what it was, but I've had it that where you just, each time you step, you want to just step one line.
Yeah.
It's where it evaluates everything around it.
Yeah. Well, I find just even right-clicking on a test and doing debug test just takes so long. It takes like an extra 30 seconds. Right, so we can actually implement it now, though.
Yeah. So I guess when we change, so we need to change this in the, where is it? Game state machine. Is it game state machine? No, it's not.
Do we not have a method in action?
It's per.
Yeah, we've got to stop him from going home, first of all, because he shouldn't go home.
Yeah.
So it's correct, we're turning him to running, but we're moving his location.
Yes. So where do we...
That. So send ghost home 1. Is that different to send ghost home 2?
Yeah, because we were going to change it when we're here.
I think that we knew this was coming up, so just
yeah.
So if you go, if you follow that, then that's. So what we're doing is doing a.
So this is send ghost home. Oh, and this is where you have to. Yeah. So here we need to create the strategy, right?
Yes.
So instead of doing current strategy,
we create a new strategy.
We want to create.
Where do we actually move him to home then?
Where's that called from?
Yeah, because the first thing he did was
that's called from saying ghost home 1, which is called from eating ghost.
And are you on it?
Yeah, it's in eating ghost. Once the pause is completed, we then call send ghost home 1. Yeah, so this is.
We do it after the pause.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So send ghost home 1 doesn't do the
So if we had a direct to home. So if we copy and paste this, and this just goes to the home location.
Ghost
home. First.
Should we call that ghost house location rather than ghost home? Just because we have a ghost home location as well, don't we?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then in here, this can just plumb that in.
Yep.
And I think maybe we can just can walk wall doors. False. It could be a different thing. I feel like this should be like a base class of it instead. And then we have the get available moves for location, which either takes in both walls and doors or just walls.
I still think this class could handle walking through the door into the house, though. I suppose maybe we don't need to do that now.
Yeah, because the other class would be very small. So.
Yeah, maybe we don't really care how he gets to the house, do we, actually? As long as he gets there.
Yeah.
And there you need to pass in.
This bit crap because now walls contain doors.
No, it's the calling method to that you want to change, don't you? If you can. Instead of doing game.walls, if you can do game settings dot. Look, we've got that.
We don't have that.
Because game settings.walls is actually what we want.
Do we have doors on here as well?
Yeah.
That's the thing too.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's why it feels like we shouldn't like join them together. Doors. What's this called? I like place I can move.
An IEnumeral.
There. So then you'll be able to walk through the doors.
Yep.
Because they're not going to be in the
They should
list.
get there then, shouldn't it?
And that. Yeah. If I send true into here. Maybe? Try it. Oh, we won't walk through the door because we need to check the state of the door when we're walking out the door that is alive.
Yes. Yeah.
So you might, oh God, big explosions.
Or that, we're going to crash. We go around in a circle, aren't we, somewhere?
No, we've got 5 tests that failed, not 1.
No.
Oh yeah, that's probably right though. Because it'll break other things which way we should be back home. Ghost should be running home after.
Well, that's the one that we're writing, isn't it? No, Ghost should be running home. That's the one before the one we're writing.
Let's fire up the UI and see what happens.
I think it's just going to blow up because it's actually blowing up.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Move ghost, apply ghost. So what's with this? Move, get next direction.
Get next, you're running out.
First is blowing up. So when I'm doing a first on get location.
Oh, so there's no available moves.
Get direct to ghost house location. So
in the direct to strategy, if there's no available moves, it does blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, because there's no ghost house. Why does it even use this?
You shouldn't use.
Oh right, yeah. So there's boards where it goes into this state, but there's no.
But it shouldn't matter because you're never going to use direct to ghost house location. There's only one.
No, but if there's no ghost house set up in any of the tests, then it's going to blow up into it. That's why it's blowing up.
We've got loads of tests where you eat the ghost.
But we don't pause. I guess we do in some of them.
Well, no, because they expect him to be home. I think that's the thing.
When do we apply the ghost house strategy? We apply it at the point when it gets eaten, don't we?
There you go. So these should be more valid tests.
Yeah. Okay.
Valid. So ghost should be in the house after being eaten and waiting time. That's a new one, isn't it?
Ghost should be in. I had it open, I think. Ghost.
Yeah, that's a new one. Ghost should be not edible after PacMan comes back to life.
Ghost should be in the house after being eaten and waiting for elapsed time. Right, yeah, that's the new one.
And I think this one is because he's now not gone back to his home location. Edible ghost returns to strategy after being eaten. Well, that's going to be invalid now because they're not. They go home first.
Yeah.
Edible ghost returns to strategy after being eaten.
So
yeah, you've got to do the middle bit, don't we?
So I think this is still kind of working. We just need to do the check on.
Yeah, we're moving him back out again, aren't we? There.
Oh, wait a minute.
Line below.
Edible. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
If he's
Alive, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
If it's alive and the ghost house contains that location,
you need. Oh.
just going to move that out. So
You need to bracket the D around the or.
Yeah, I think so.
The and will take preference on it.
yes.
That's a
So
nice little bug.
so that should features. So where do we get to now?
Ghost should be at 13:11, not 12:10. That would imply he's
too high and too fast.
probably hasn't got there. I wonder whether he hasn't got there.
Do you want another couple of ticks?
Should we debug it and see where he goes, where he is, and then get a fix?
So
We know he is. Well, yeah.
He's got plenty of time to get there. But we're looking at the.
Well, we know he's at top left wall dot right, and then we tick, and he's gone the wrong way.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was. Although we don't know he's there. No, we don't know he's there now because we've changed the implementation.
Oh, in fact, sorry, that's failing at. Sorry, yeah, 1135 now. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ghost should be at. But it looks. He's got plenty of time to get there from 1:29 to 1:35. That's ages to get there.
let's just.
Why isn't he getting there?
I'm so tempted to merge my debugger in, then we can see where he's going.
Well, I think it'd be quite nice to pull the snapshots from things. So I know because like you do those Selenium tests and get to do a screenshot when it fails. You can see where all the pieces are.
We could have a method on the game harness that just prints out PacMan and all the ghost locations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean,
you could instantiate the UI in the game.
right. Okay. So
Yeah,
let's go get eaten.
Right. Start there. What have we got?
So he's back at his home location at this point.
Yeah, he shouldn't. That's the problem. He shouldn't be at his home location. We haven't removed that code.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
That's how he's not getting there.
That's a good point. Why is he?
So somewhere in the action.
Being send ghost home.
Send home. We've got set home.
Yeah. So state machine. When you eat the ghost, we send ghost home 1.
Yeah.
Right. Send ghost home 1.
Then that calls send home.
Find the ghosts which are in score status. and send home. Send home doesn't change the. It just sends a new strategy. So what's setting it to home?
So set to home's called from send ghost home, which is called from
Send set to home is called from send ghost home. No, we don't call that send
where
ghost.
do we what about move ghost home? Where do we call that from?
Set to score. Oh yeah. So this shouldn't be here. This one shouldn't be here. Because we split them up, didn't we? I think this send
Where are we calling that from?
Yeah.
Send ghost home. Ghost.
Ghost Eaton.
Ah, right. Yeah.
So I
Oh,
don't-
even
I don't-
before this, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that this method probably shouldn't exist. Get rid of this. And then this one is just replaced with that. That's
Well, we need to change its status to score.
Yeah, I think that one's all right.
yeah, we have Dustin.
Did you? Oh, so were you? Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
so
right,
I'll just move that one method up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then I feel like some more testing and break because of that.
Because of that one.
Not too bad.
Right, where's the first one? Ghost should be in the ghost house after being.
Oh yeah, I know. I think that's right. I think he's there. So
Yeah,
that's all. That's all right, except for the status is not changed to be alive.
We
Yeah,
haven't got any code for that.
we've not written any code to establish he's back home, have we?
Nope.
But we could. That should be pretty easy to do then.
Yep.
I think we can just add an extra condition onto this.
Yes. I think you're correct.
Where are we? So when we change direction, get new direction, new direction. If that's for with new direction, I think we can then say if the new direction, new ghost location.
You're going to say if the new location is the target location.
We don't have the target location in the sentence, do we?
No.
Well, how do we know we'll? Okay. So if we're, well, isn't it just that if we're in the ghost house and our status is going home, we change our status to be alive?
Yeah. Sure, I can do that.
In fact, it's just if we're in the ghost house, because we've already.
Yeah, so where you had that ghost walking out of the ghost home, what we need to do there on 57, it's are we in the ghost house? Yes, no. And then if we're walking out, do this one. If we're
This will be on the. So do we want it on the next iteration of move to change the state, or it probably should change the state actually on this move?
Yeah.
So it should be down here where we go if
new ghost location, yeah, contains new, yeah.
Yeah, so if new ghost location is contained in there,
yeah,
then we update his status as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
With new
location.
Do we change his direction to be up as well?
It doesn't matter because the ghost house function is forced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll take him out up.
Yeah, and we force him to up anyway, so it
Okay.
doesn't actually matter. We can still keep going down.
Okay.
So you need new location and status, don't you?
Yeah. So you didn't. Yeah. So yeah.
We got we've got with status and strategy. With you may as well do the strategy. You may as well do it with status and strategy.
Yeah.
Because you can then change him back to alive at the same time.
What's the strategy?
Uh,
Chase, scatter.
Whatever we're currently in.
No, because the current strategy won't be that one, will it? Because
No.
It'd be whatever.
It's whatever the game is in.
Unless the game's in frightened.
Yeah, but it's whatever the game is going to come out of and into when it's finished frightened. Well, no, it's whatever. Yeah, technically it's whatever you're in when you go into frightened. But what do we do when frightened?
When we come out of frightened, we always go into
Make
scatter.
ghost not edible. So when we're doing make no ghost not edible, we do a ghost set to not edible. Set to not edible does ghost status alive. And where's with view edible and direction and strategy, chase strategy. I think they do when they come out.
Should we just put chase strategy?
It's pretty good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's working now, isn't it? Ghost go after collides with PacMan after reading the power pill. Yeah.
Let's run the UI now, because before we fix those tests up, because we probably actually want to make sure it is doing what.
Well, some of them might not apply in the same way now.
Yeah.
Because we're actually checking for a state that we never really do.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Space.
Yeah, I was just putting.
Go and eat one.
Why are they?
Yeah, a couple of bugs there.
Yeah.
Some things. Oh, he's going home.
Yeah, he's done it.
No, kind of. He just didn't go through the door.
You're also not visible his eyes.
Should I do the UI? Oh, hang on. Should I do the UI? And then it's
Oh,
done.
have we not done the UI? No, we hadn't.
Something's a bit weird.
We don't test to see that he's in eyes when we.
Okay, let's do the UI first then, because that might make it a bit clearer.
Yeah. UI. Where it is.
There's something. Yeah, there's a few bugs though.
Yeah, some things didn't seem right.
Yeah, I think it's that you can still die whilst they're in eyes mode or in score mode.
And also, when they come out the house to begin with, if they're should they come out the house in frightened mode?
If you're in frightened, yes.
Yeah, that didn't seem to happen either.
If you trigger frightened, then the ghost in the ghost house should be frightened.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that used to happen though. I don't get why that doesn't happen anymore. Something's a bit weird with that.
Because we've probably just. Oh no, we haven't. We don't know. Right.
Okay, one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. Right. Board renderer. So we've got render ghosts. Render ghost. Ghost color is. All right. So we need ghost status as well, don't we? So ghost.
I think we got that. Yeah.
Ghost dot status.
Status, I think, yeah.
Status, there it is. Ghost status dot running.
Running
home, I think.
Running. Ghost status dot. There you go. It's taken me about 10 attempts to get the IntelliSense. So that would be blinky false. So I don't like that.
Is it just one image for the eyes or
One image? Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do instead is we can match on that.
Yeah,
And we say if it's anything, because we don't care.
Either put go
these
status to the
cases.
top.
Yeah, and then we put.
and then just stick a separate one.
Yeah, and then at the top you say you don't care what the ghost is. You don't care what the ghost is. Edible. Oh, not me, man. Does it? Oh. What?
Well, edibles. The thing is, that's a status as well, though, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually matter, does it? Running home.
The ghost status running, then it should be ghost color, probably eyes. I'm gonna guess. Go on, yes.
And then this bottom case is
Any.
blue flash. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Should do it.
That's really the wrong thing on the screen. This thing.
Oh yeah, look at that. You went past the doors.
So what's wrong with that? When you eat them, you can kill you still.
We're not checking for in state machine. Where's the killer one? In ghost collision, we're just saying, oh, hang on, if it's edible. Oh yeah, if it's edible, then ghost eaten. If it's not edible, then it kills you. And when it's raw, it's not edible.
Yeah. Maybe we need to lose the edible property completely.
What if it's edible?
Yeah.
Then he eats you. Oh yeah.
No, if it's edible, you eat it, and it's saying if it's not edible, then you're eaten. It's not an else. It's if it's edible, then you eat it.
If it's not, then you do.
Then it kills you.
Yeah. Well, we can change.
Two if statements. That should do it.
Oh my god, what's happened?
What happened then?
Where'd they go?
Go on. I'm still on the. Your cursor's still going to.
Yeah. So I think you can do that, and then after this one,
put a bracket, and then
I think you can just put another .if.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Find out of it.
IntelliSense doesn't tell me, so it's good.
That should do it. Yeah.
I think. That's right.
No, you've pulled that out. Hang on.
Nope, I read that wrong.
Yeah, I think you're taking an extra one out. That one's
bracket.
Yeah, that one's okay.
That looks right to me.
When ghost collision, if that no, you need one for the end of during. That's it. Yeah, I'll put another one in.
Oh yeah.
End of 60.
It's just
a bug there as well.
So
Actually went home though. They're coming out of they're coming out of frightened mode whilst the eyes are still going.
Yeah, that's why they're not getting home all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, because this one is not going to go home because yeah. So the other tests.
oh, he does run into the house. He does get there.
Yeah, but
Depends on the time though. How quick do you eat him?
Yeah, if you eat a power pill and then wait for 5 seconds and then eat one, it hasn't got time to get home, so it will transition.
Ah, right. So so we shouldn't change back.
Shouldn't change back unless. All right, test for it.
I think we should clear up the other test first. The ones what are failing.
I'm just changing the board render slightly actually while we're doing that.
Right, changed.
I like how I said I was only going to do this for an hour, 2 hours. Later.
Yeah.
I think we should clear up the test and then maybe do the next bit next time.
Yeah.
The edible ghost returns to trash after being eaten. That's kind of valid, but not. Ghosts go home after colliding with PacMan after eating a power pill. I don't think this is valid at all now. That's the only thing it's saying.
Ghosts go home after collides. Well, that's kind of the test we're doing, but we're doing a better version of it now, aren't we?
Yeah, so they're just checking the exact locations of going home. And this is home location. It's not even like, well, it's not a starting location where they start.
No.
So I think I don't think that one's valid.
No,
actually, let me just commit
Right.
what we've got in there.
There's UI in there. What else did you do?
That's fine. This can be on the same one.
Yeah,
97.
I've simplified that pattern matching in the board renderer.
yeah, that's better. I can see it.
Right, and then I'll move this test. Why is my scroll not working anymore? And then what else was there? 2 other ones there.
Edible ghost returns to strategy after being eaten. Well, it doesn't return to strategy after it's been eaten.
Is this one not valid at all then?
The edible ghost returns to strategy. Well, it does eventually, but it's a long way further on than what we're actually testing. Because it will do after it's gone back to the ghost house. You could solve that one by when the ghost comes out of the ghost house, it goes to strategy. So we already test that, and we test that the ghost goes to the ghost house. So we've kind of that test you could technically do by doing the 2 things we've already done and combine them together. That makes sense.
One.
Because the edible ghost does.
Oh, well, this one's only testing that. It goes back to its current location and it doesn't move because it's got a standstill strategy.
But it will move because it'll go to eyes.
Yeah, I know, but even when it gets to the house,
Yeah.
it's going to move because it's got in the moving out of house.
Yeah.
And then once it's moved out of the house, it'll stay still.
But
So I don't think this is...
The test doesn't actually test what it says. It tests a different set of circumstances that happen to be the
yes.
of what we expected there.
So I don't think this one's valid still either. So I think we can get rid of that.
Yep.
What's the last one?
And the last one is the edible. The ghost should be not edible after PacMan comes back alive.
That seems reasonable.
Well, I think it's just because the location of the ghost is in different
The exception,
location.
location exception, isn't it? Not the
Yeah. So I'm guessing
it's the assertion of the location, isn't it? We expect that the ghost is at PacMan, which it won't be because it'll be trying to go home. Is it further up, about 700?
which way is it failing? 751.
That's a different test.
Huh? Should be a different test.
Huh? Oh, you've just taken out. So you've just taken out a bit of code, haven't you? Since you.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I'm going to say it's about line 700, I think. Yeah, 689. 689. It's one of the checks. Yeah.
We eat the ghost. Yeah. So the ghost is going to start moving to the top left corner now.
So the expectation shouldn't be we either correct that or we should take it out. Because that's not what we're trying to test. We're trying to test whether it's edible or not edible.
Ghost should be not edible after PacMan comes back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need him to eat him. He needs to go to the right location, so then we can go eat.
Yeah. After we...
Which one eats us? Is it one or?
So
Yeah, let me just set back on the screen.
It's a ghost test.
There we
Isn't
go.
it the other ghost that eats us? Oh no, it must be one.
Ghost test 600 something.
Yeah, I'm on it in the PS code now. So, oh right, so this one hits a wall and then comes back to life. But the problem is, it's going to try to go home. Which is here. So what we can do is just put his house there underneath him.
Ghost should not be edible.
I think you can just put his house underneath him.
New power bill. There it is. Leave the ghost. It'll try and move up afterwards.
So if the house is there,
above.
$690. Now, oh yeah, so he's died.
Yeah, and then he'll try and go to the ghost house, which he'll be on.
Yeah, but he's actually being eaten now. I think we eat the ghost. I think he dies there.
Yeah. When we eat the ghost, he's saying the ghost dies or PacMan dies?
PacMan dies there, I think.
PacMan,
just
no, because the ghost should be edible.
Yes.
And then he should go to score.
No, but I put him in this house straight away.
Yeah,
So
but
if he walks-
we haven't even taken him out of pause. Because he'll be in pause mode by that point, won't he? When we do that eat ghost, we'll be sat in pause.
Yeah, that's a good point. So why is he not off the? Oh, is that because when we eat the ghost, it goes into pause mode? So that means all the ghosts disappear.
It goes. No, they don't disappear because we just display the score instead.
Oh yeah, they don't disappear, do they?
No. What was the problem with the test? What was it doing? That it didn't.
It said the ghost from the wrong location.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, this doesn't have. It says game. Isn't it?
right, ghosts. Ghost 1 we're looking at, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah. So we tick. So we're at the power pill. The ghost should be moving
The ghost is edible, isn't
down.
it? Edible.
Oh, that's nice of it.
Status changed to dying. The ghost status.
That's not ghost status.
That's not ghost status, is it? That's
the game status. So it's died there. Is edible. That's weird. So why?
What's the ghost doing at the moment then? Oh no, the ghost disappeared, haven't they? Can you get the actual ghost?
Yeah. So that's just alive.
Live. Why would it be alive?
So we ticked it at the power pill. Oh, it's because, yeah, I think that's because I put the house there, and as soon as they're in a house and they're alive, they move out of it, don't they?
Yeah.
So that can't be there.
You didn't put the. Did you put the house? Yeah, you did put the house.
Yeah, so I think the house needs to go.
Do it without the house.
Well, he needs a house so he can move there. Because he needs to get back to the house before the ghost becomes back alive, doesn't it?
I'm putting that on below. There. Oh, I'm in thingy, sorry.
That's all right. Come on. It's that, at least save it. So below.
Below.
So that means it's here. Oh, put the roof.
I put it at ghost below.
Ghost below.
So it's there.
We need below.
We don't need a door, do we?
Well, we do because they walk out the door, don't they?
We don't detect it, do we? We detect whether it's on an H or a door. We're not bothered about whether it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes, how is it going
to? Hang on, does it? Or does it just go up? No, it might actually go to it.
Well, what I'm thinking is, how is it going to be walk back out the ghost house? Because I need to tick and say walk out the ghost house.
Out the ghost house by.
And if he walks out the ghost house and PacMan's stuck here.
Yeah, he does need a door because it targets the first door.
Yeah, so if that's below and that's below.
Yeah. That's doors.
Maybe we should just put like doors down below.
Yeah, that's got to.
So then that's there. PacMan should get stuck there because the ghost should walk towards the door.
Yeah.
And then into the house. And then it should pop out eventually and come back and kill him.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of ticks. We're going to be stuck in score mode still though, because score is a timer.
Yes.
We need to wait. We need the game harness.
Do we want to wrap this up in game harness? We can do that quite easy, can't we? Should we do that?
Yeah.
Does this we expect things? Oh, game harness.
They're in
Yeah.
game harness as well, and what they are.
I think it's, we expect that. It's not. Yeah, it's not that, is it?
It's something else.
Yeah.
We expect the ghost, isn't it? Do we expect the
yeah.
ghost? Is it that?
Yes.
This is just so wrong. 3 people editing the same file. Oh, we have got to get eaten by ghosts. Oh, we have to supply the ghost that's eating us, don't we?
Yeah.
Ghost 1.
Oh, this should be wait for 4 seconds actually.
Isn't it? Wait, what we're waiting for?
There's 2 wait for 4 seconds because we keep adding the time on.
Yeah, but we've got methods for this normally.
Oh, right. This is the dying transition.
Yeah, do we have a method for that though? No, we've got wait for pause to complete. So we've got to wait to finish dying, do we? Is that what we need?
Yeah.
That one. And then this one's wait to respawn, is it?
Mm-hmm.
This one all about?
The score exception looks a bit lonely there, doesn't it?
Score exception? Oh, this one.
I'm just thinking game harness dot.
Oh, we don't need that because we've already asserted we've been eaten by the ghost. We don't need this. We don't need that check.
The score check, you mean?
Yeah, because we've already that's only there to prove that we've been eaten by the ghost, and we've already got we know that.
Score should be increased on the guest eaten. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we probably don't need that. what's going on this line here on line 700? Oh, in fact, this.
You can move and go up into the ghost of his back.
The 695.
Oh, we don't need, no. So this one, we can just keep going right, because
Okay.
when we hit the wall, we just keep going right. We don't care. No.
Well, we're trying to try, aren't we?
Yeah. So 695 is another wait to the pause to complete, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, get rid of that.
Yeah, because you can't use game clock at all when you're using the harness,
No.
because it's a different clock. But yes, we need to change this one as well.
Right, so wait for the pause complete. Change where we expect that the ghost is at that point there. We can move and go up into the ghost who's back. That's just a normal tick, isn't it?
Okay, so that's just a game harness dot move then.
Yeah. We don't want to move up though in this circumstance anymore though.
No, I think we can.
Because we just want to hit the wall and the ghost will run into us eventually anyway.
We just stop, can't we?
So I think.
You can take 697 out.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, why do we not say we're going right to start off with? Oh, I guess we're always going right.
I think it's because of the way the ghost came back to its original location. We had to go up, so we collided with it again.
Yeah. But now it's going down into its house and then popping back out.
What's up with wait for pause to complete?
We haven't got that method. Oh, yeah.
We have.
I have no idea.
That's something.
Expect a semicolon. It's just lying.
Yeah, on mine, that's about the one line that doesn't have red on it.
Oh no. It's the variable await is declared but never used.
No. Oh, it's got a G in front of it. That's why.
Right.
What? Doesn't have my screen.
It had a random G at the start of the line.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh dear.
So should we walk through this scenario of
Yeah, just run it. It works. We've used the game harness.
I'm not convinced all the things on the site place though. So at this point, we eat the ghost, he hit the wall, and he ends up going into his we are setting all the things like right. We expect the ghost is at right above.
I'm not sure that will be right, will it? PacMan location right above. No, it won't be there. Because
No, because he doesn't go home anymore. That's checking that he's gone back to his home location.
hang on, that get eaten by ghost. Get eaten by ghost, is it? That's eat ghost.
No, that's get eaten by a ghost. We want to get eaten by the ghost first, and then we expect to be eaten.
So we've just eaten a power pill.
Oh yeah, that should be eat ghost.
So that should be eat ghost.
Yeah. I don't think this one should be here because this is a setting that we're back at the.
That the ghost has gone back home, which it can't go back home because.
Yeah, that's gone back home, which you should never do. It should be at the same location.
Yeah.
Where edible is not edible. Yeah, so that they does the things.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Wait for the pause to complete because it's just been eaten. So we expect the ghost to be at.
No, it won't be because.
No, because it's not gone home.
We haven't given it time to go home.
Because he's not going home, because it's going to the ghost house. And then move. The ghost goes up.
We've got to actually move a couple of times to get it back to the ghost house, don't we? So.
Yeah, so the ghost is going to be here, and we're going to need two ticks to get to the ghost house.
And then 3, 4 to get him back to kill you. So that's in. And then you should get 1 to come back out.
Well, there's going to be 2 to come back out.
Well, no, I was going to say the next one is get eaten
Yeah.
by ghost 1.
And then it should be dying.
Then it's dying. And then the rest of it should be
The same. Yeah, I agree. Let's go. It's going to work for the first time.
first time. Nearly.
Almost.
Expect PacMan or Ghost to move.
9.
On where?
Didn't get very far. 6, 8, 9.
1, 6, 8, 9. Well, that's Eat Ghost.
That's not the right error for that line.
I'm guessing we made this on move.
They can't be on 6, 8, 8. But does Eat Ghost calls move first? So it could be that, but it's getting called, that calls move
Oh, it does. Oh,
before it does anything else.
okay.
So, okay, let's do it again. We change direction to right. We eat the pill, ghost is edible. We move again. No, the next move is eat ghost, isn't it? That move shouldn't be there.
No, I agree. I think that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Or we eat the ghost straight away afterwards, because I think the move, if that has a move in it,
Yeah.
I'll just eat the ghost.
Did that first move eat the ghost, and then we're in a pause, so the second
Yes.
eat ghost didn't move anything.
It works.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good. Move to ghost house. I feel like you should have some thing to wrap that up. That's all right though.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's an extra hour and a half. I guess we could do with doing some testing on the actual game and logging some issues at some point.
Yeah.
Some actual play testing.
Yeah, because we'd spotted a few things, didn't we?
We shouldn't really be doing that though.
Hmm?
We shouldn't really be doing it. Because
Why?
we wrote the implementation, so we know.
That's fine. That's why you don't need testers.
Yes.
Fixing it with a test.
Well, we can certainly, log the obvious bugs.
Right, cool.
Excellent. Right.
What was the final decision on game speed?
Oh, I don't think we made a decision, did we?
No, we didn't make a decision.
That's the next big job, really, isn't it?
Is it as drastic as it seems? It seems quite drastic, but it's like we said on the chat. If you leave the default as moves every tick,
yeah,
and then we increase, because we're at what, 5 ticks a second or something at the moment. If you bump it up to like 20, 30 or 60,
yeah,
and then only move on certain ticks. Nothing.
Yes. Well, you need to track how far the ghosts have moved on between squares, there, don't we?
Well, you either carry on. If you stay in cell alignment, then all you need to do. So if we say we're running at 5 per second at the moment, we bumped it up to 10, and basically we want to move every other tick. So we don't need to track how far a ghost has moved across a cell. Whereas if we bump the game engine up to 100 ticks, then we can move once every, whatever that is, 20 ticks.
Yeah.
If we then move once every 19 ticks, it will move 5% faster.
Yes.
If we move every 21 ticks, it will move 5% slower without feeling like we're sort of forcing it halfway across squares and things.
Yeah. But do we want to be able to render ghosts sort of halfway across the square, or aren't we bothered about that?
I think we'll be too. It'll be too messy to try and do it, because otherwise you'll get things like if you move 3/4 of the way across a square, and then you're needing to change direction, you've got to move another quarter plus the little bit in the other direction.
Yeah, you'd have to have offset in both.
Yeah,
Which X and Y as well when you.
It'd be easy just moving to decimal cell location. And then moving it fractions of a cell, but then all the tests will break.
Yeah. Because I thought there's something on the UI that needed that, or maybe not.
The only thing that needs it is, well, it does. You could do with it for going through the ghost house.
Yes.
You sort of crash the edge of the wall. And sort of the start locations, that start Blinky location. Blinky starts halfway across the square. And
and the ghosts don't line up in the ghost house at the moment, do they, either, at the beginning?
No. I think it would do too much disruption to what's there. It's not an easy refactor.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think that's good enough tonight. I feel like I need to get my eyes rest on the computer anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, I think we should list them bugs anyway, of like the things like when the eyes go back. No, the transition stuff, and the eyes going back and stuff like that. And then
I'll finish off the game harness refactoring. A few tests I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Return to ghost house as eyes after being Ian'd. That just about works now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What was it?
I think the ghost harness works quite well, to be fair. Like, be able to write them. It'd be quite nice to see the state things. So.
Yeah, ghost transition while in eyes. I'll just write that one up.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See you next week then.
Catch you Monday, most likely.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right. Catch you later.
Bye.